You've probably heard that Novi is the perfect Detroit suburb, but here's the truth. It's not all picture perfect. Novi is changing fast, and it's not always in the ways people expect. So before you box up your life and move here, let's talk about the real Novi. Hey, what's up? I'm Nick Baldwin, your Michigan realtor, giving you the real story inside Michigan living. And today we are diving into one of Metro Detroit's most talked about suburbs, Novi, Michigan. Now, you probably heard the hype. Excellent schools, booming growth, upscale everything. And honestly, it's a lot of that. A lot of that is true. But here's the thing. There's a side of Novi almost nobody talks about. The trade-offs, the surprises, those little yeah, but moments you only find once you actually live here. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a crystal clear picture of what life in Novi really looks like. And I'll give you 3 questions you absolutely need to ask before packing your bags. And hey, if you're serious about making Novi home or you're comparing other suburbs across Metro Detroit, go ahead and grab my free Michigan Relocation guide down in the description. It breaks down everything like the best neighborhoods, the top-rated schools, the real cost of living, and the insider tips that'll save you time and money before you move. All right, now let's rock and roll into Novi's story. Let's start with why so many people have their eye on Novi. Novi sits in Oakland County, about 25 miles northwest of downtown Detroit, and it's part of that greater Detroit metro that's exploded with suburban growth over the last decade. When you drive into Novi, the first thing you'll notice is how new everything feels. Fresh pavement, wide boulevards, rows of neatly trimmed trees and manicured lawns. It looks like a suburb that just hit its stride, but it's more than looks. People move here for the Novi Community School District, which consistently earns an A+ rating on niche.com. The school boasts average ACT scores around 27 and an average graduation rate of over 95%. That's among the best in Michigan. Professionals love Novi for a different reason: its location. You're within easy reach of downtown Detroit Metro Airport and northern Michigan Lake Country. With interstates cutting right through the city, commuting and weekend getaways are easy. And when it comes to amenities, Novi punches above its weight. You've got 12 Oaks Mall, one of Michigan's largest shopping destinations, packed with name brands, restaurants, and entertainment. Just down the road, families head to Lakeshore Park with its wooden trails and beachfront on Walled Lake. And for something totally unique, the Michigan State University Tollgate Farm and Education Center offers over 160 acres of hands-on programs, gardens, and trails right in the heart of the city. So when people picture suburban comfort, wide yards, award-winning schools, and that friendly sense of community, Novi really checks almost every single box. Now, all that sounds amazing, and it is, but here's what most people don't realize. Novi's growth comes with a few growing pains. You can feel it the moment you start driving around. That newness I mentioned earlier, it's not just a look, it's a process that's still happening. A lot of what used to be open farmland is now being developed into subdivisions, strip centers, and offices. On one side of town, you'll see a brand new neighborhood with fresh landscaping and construction crews finishing up driveways. 2 miles away, you might find older ranch-style homes from the 70s. That mix is what gives Novi its personality. Modern convenience meets suburban history, but it also means your experience can look very different depending on which part you're moving to. Over the last decade, Novi's population jumped from about 55,000 to more than 66,000 people. That kind of growth puts pressure on everything: schools, roads, and daily commutes. You'll notice it in traffic, especially near 12 Oaks Mall, Beck Road, and along I-96. And yeah, rush hour, it gets busy. And here's something locals talk about a lot: the constant construction. There's always a new lane being added, a roundabout being built, or a shopping center going up. It's the sign of a thriving suburb, but it can make everyday life feel a bit of a juggling act. Then there's the housing mix. Novi is often labeled affluent, and that's true. The median household income sits around $113,000, which is well above the state average, but not everyone lives in $1 million home. You've got luxury estates near 8 Mile and Beck, mid-range subdivisions closer to Taft Road, and plenty of apartments and condos around 12 Mile and Haggerty. It's not just one version of suburbia here, it's many, and that's the actual part of Novi's charm. You can start in an apartment and upgrade to a home and still stay in the same community. But the takeaway is this: Novi's growth isn't slowing down. New developments are coming, and with them comes the challenges. It means more traffic, higher demand, and neighborhoods that can change fast. So, if you're planning a move here, think about what kind of pace fits your lifestyle. Do you want that shiny new build community, or would you rather have an established neighborhood with mature trees and a quieter vibe? Because that decision will shape what your day-to-day life really feels like. Now, remember when I told you that Novi isn't all picture perfect? This is where it starts to show. It's one of those suburbs that looks flawless from the outside, with shiny new homes, busy restaurants, and top-ranked schools, but once you live here, you start to notice the little things that don't make the brochure. You'll feel it when you're sitting at a light on Beck Road watching construction crews work on the same intersection for the third month in a row, or when you pull into 12 Oaks Mall on a Saturday and you spend 15 minutes looking for a parking spot. And that's not a bad thing. It just means Novi is alive, changing, and still figuring itself out. That kind of momentum always comes with growing pains. More people, more traffic, more pressure on schools and services. It's progress, but it's also reality. Now, let's talk about what people don't always mention, the everyday trade-offs that come with life here. All right, let's start with the one that everyone's feeling first, the cost. Homes here move fast. According to Redfin, as of September 2025, Novi's median sale price sits around $450,000, and most listings are gone in under 3 weeks. That demand is driven by what we talked about earlier, excellent schools, newer homes, and a convenient location. But it also means competition. You'll see multiple offers in neighborhoods like Island Lake, Chase Farms, and Maple Hill. It's a healthy market, but if you're relocating from out of state, expecting those Midwest deals, Novi might surprise you. Novi's freeway network is a double-edged sword. You've got I-96 and I-275, which make getting around easy until rush hour hits. Those routes, along with Beck Road and 12 Oaks Mall, are often bottlenecks. The Michigan Department of Transportation's 2024 data shows consistent congestion peaks between 7 and 9 a.m. and again around 4:30 and 6 p.m. So locals learn to time things out. They run errands before lunch or they hit the gym after traffic dies down. It's manageable, but you'll definitely plan your day around it. One thing newcomers notice right away is that Novi doesn't have that classic walkable downtown like Northville, Plymouth, or Birmingham. What you get instead is a modern mix. Fountain Walk, Main Street Novi, and the 12 Oaks corridor expect clusters of restaurants, retail, and entertainment. It's convenient, but it doesn't have that old town charm. So if you're craving weekend strolls with coffee past brick buildings and boutique shops, you might find yourself driving 15 minutes west to Northville for that kind of vibe. Novi is still evolving. The city of Novi's planning department reports a high volume of residential permits in the last 5 years and several mixed-use developments on the way. Projects like the 12-mile reconstruction and Grand River Avenue modernization show just how fast Novi keeps expanding. But the upside, property values stay strong and amenities keep improving. The trade-off, construction noise and that sense that the city's always moving. So if you like steady, predictable small-town life, Novi might feel too dynamic. But if you thrive on growth, opportunity, and convenience, it's hard to beat. So yeah, Novi has plenty to love and a few things you'll want to be ready for, which brings me to something I tell all my clients before they make the move. The 5 questions you have to ask yourself to make sure Novi actually fits your lifestyle. Okay, if you're serious about moving here, jot these down. Which school district am I really in? Novi schools are outstanding, but here's the catch. Not every home in Novi feeds into the Novi Community School District. Some neighborhoods are zoned for Walled Lake, Consolidated Schools, South Lyon, or even small sections of Northville. So before you buy, check your exact address on the district boundary map. It makes a huge difference in resale value and, more importantly, in your family's day-to-day experience. How old is this neighborhood? Novi's mix of housing is part of its charm. You'll find everything from 1970s colonials with big yards and mature trees to brand new smart homes with HOA amenities and solar panels. Newer homes usually mean less maintenance but higher association fees. Older homes have more character, but you might need a new roof or furnace in the near future. Neither option is wrong. Just make sure you know which lifestyle you're signing up for. What's my commute really like? Novi looks close to everything on a map, but the daily drive can tell a different story. If you work downtown in Detroit, you're looking at roughly 30 to 40 minutes on a good day depending on the route and traffic. So here's my advice. Before you buy, drive your route at the exact time you usually leave for work or school. That little test drive can save you a lot of frustration later. Can I handle Michigan winters? This one sounds funny, but it's real. Novi gets about 35 inches of snow each year. That means snow removal, driveway shoveling, and higher heating costs are part of everyday life. If you're coming from a warmer state, think about that adjustment. Your first winter here can be an eye-opener. Am I paying for prestige or lifestyle? Novi's reputation carries weight. Its name instantly signals great suburb for a good reason. But sometimes people buy into the name, not the lifestyle. So before you make the move, ask yourself, do I want the convenience, the schools, and the access, or do I just want the Novi zip code? Because being honest about your priorities now can save you a lot of stress and money down the line. So here's the truth. Novi is one of Michigan's best suburbs, but it's not perfect. It's polished, it's growing, delivering much of what people and professionals want. It's also busy, competitive, and constantly changing. If you love progress, convenience, and energy, this place will excite you. If you crave stillness, predictability, and wide open space, it might feel like a little too much. But neither answer is wrong. You just need to know which Novi fits you. And if you do, you'll quickly see why people don't just move to Novi, they stay here. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you're thinking about moving to Novi or anywhere in the Metro Detroit area, grab my free relocation guide below. It breaks down Michigan neighborhoods, schools, costs of living, and everything you need to know before you pack your boxes. And if this video helps you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss my next video. If you're still deciding on the best place to live in Michigan, watch this video where I list the top 9 hottest suburbs in Metro Detroit right now. I'm Nick Baldwin, your Michigan realtor, giving you the real story inside Michigan living. And remember, you can move to Novi chasing paradise. Just make sure you know exactly what you're signing up for. And I'll see you on the next one.